Lecture 4, we will study a very important curve that's called Fermi-Dirac curve at temperature T equal to 0 Kelvin and T greater than 0 Kelvin. Now first we start with degeneracy. Now before I start with degeneracy, we have covered the basic concept of the three statistics: Maxwell-Boltzmann, Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac statistics. Then we have done macro-micro state, then phase space and ensemble. Now in macro-micro state, we have done numericals, considering that you have certain number of particles and you have certain number of cells or quantum states, and how will you distribute if these particles follow Maxwell's Boltzmann, Bose-Einstein or Fermi-Dirac statistics. Now if you consider for this example on your screen that you have let us say you have energy levels E1, E2, E3, E4, and the particles are distributed as in energy levels 3, 2, 1, 1. So I can say that the number of particles in energy level E1 as N1, which is 3, N2 as 2, because it is number of particles at energy level E2, and number of particles in energy level E3 is N3, which is 1, similarly N4 at energy level E4. Now what are G1, G2, G3, G4? They are called quantum states. Now quantum states, as an example, you can consider spin, you can consider azimuthal number, magnetic number. So basically degeneracy gives a ratio, the value or a condition between number of particles by number of quantum states. So suppose if I say that at energy level E1 you have 3 particles and each particle has, say, let us say that 3 different spin values, then I can say that G1 value, the number of quantum state at energy level E1 is equal to 3. So if you take the ratio of the number of particles divided by the number of quantum states, so in this case if you follow occupation index definition, then N1 by G1 will give you the occupation index at the energy level E1. So you have, from this definition of occupation index, you have certain conditions, and this condition will give you strongly degenerate when the number of particles divided by the number of quantum state is much greater than 1. For weakly degenerate state, when number of particles by number of quantum state is greater than 1, and non-degenerate when number of particles by number of quantum state is much less than 1. So based on this ratio or occupation index, we can have certain conditions of strongly degenerate, weakly degenerate and non-degenerate states. So now we come to distribution function. As I told you that in macro-micro state, when you have done 2 numericals, in lecture 2 we had certain number of cells or energy levels and you have certain number of particles, and in these particles were distributed based on which statistics these particles follow. Now if a question arises, say for example taking this example into consideration, that you have the particles are distributed in this form 3, 2, 1, 1. But now if you give a temperature to these particles, I mean particles are enclosed in a container, and now the particles are distributed in this way. Like there are particles, 3 particles lying in energy level E1, 2 particles in E2, 1 particle E3 and E4 each. So you have this distribution, but when this distribution is changed as a function of temperature, suppose in this container where the particles are enclosed, if there is a change in temperature, then it might happen that these particles will now distribute in the energy levels in a different way. So it might happen that some particles, because of the temperature, might go to the higher energy level. So when the distribution of the particles, now if it depends upon temperature, then that is called the distribution function. And for three different statistics, you have three different theories. But before I lead to the theories, let me tell you this formulas or the distribution function formula in WBUT syllabus, it is not included. The derivation is not included, but the theory or the formula is very important. So this is the distribution function formula for Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. I will explain each term. So F is called the probability of the distribution. It is a function of energy. Obviously, the number of particles changes. Number of particles might change by the influence of temperature. So F is a function of energy, which is again called the n by g. So number of particles with respect to quantum state might change by the influence of temperature. Now why I'm saying temperature, because if you look into the right hand side, it says 1 by e to the power of alpha plus beta ei. What is alpha? Alpha is constant and beta is 1 by kt, where k is Boltzmann constant and T is temperature in Kelvin. So on the right hand side you have a function of temperature. Even alpha is also a function inversely proportional to temperature. So it means that this distribution, that means the number of particles with respect by quantum state, might change by the influence of temperature. So when your distribution has an influence of temperature, you have the distribution function, which is for the Maxwell-Boltzmann just explained you. Now similarly, you have the distribution function for bosons or Bose-Einstein particles, and the formula or the theory is F distribution function, or probability is n by g, it equal to 1 by e to the power of alpha plus beta ei minus 1. Minus 1 is not with the exponential sign. And what is alpha? Alpha is again a constant, which is equal to minus mu by kt. Mu is called the chemical potential, k is Boltzmann constant, T is temperature, and beta is equal to 1 by kt. So if you look into the formula for Maxwell-Boltzmann, with respect to Maxwell-Boltzmann, the Bose-Einstein distribution function formula has an extra term minus 1. Like this, you have the distribution function for FD statistics, and it looks like this. Distribution function formula or probability is equal to n by g is equal to 1 by e to the power of alpha plus beta ei plus 1. So with respect to Bose-Einstein, here it was minus 1, now it is plus 1. Remember that this plus 1 is not included with the exponential, and alpha is minus EF by kT. EF is called the Fermi energy, and I will explain Fermi energy in the later part of this lecture. Beta is equal to 1 by kT. K is called the Boltzmann constant. So if you look into this formula, for Maxwell's Boltzmann you don't have this plus 1 term. For Bose-Einstein you have minus 1, and for FD you have plus 1. Now I'm going to this distribution function formula, they have in your syllabus they have an application. That means how do you take this theory into consideration for different physics that you already have faced or you have studied in your secondary or higher secondary level. So let me explain once again, because we have an application of a distribution function for Fermi statistics, and before I explain you, let me tell you that I've already explained you the distribution function. Now if I substitute the value of alpha and beta here in this formula, the distribution function for FD statistics will look like this. So it is Fe, the distribution function, is equal to 1 by, if you substitute the value of alpha here, and beta is equal to 1 by kt, the formula looks like 1 by e to the power of E minus Ef divided by kt, and plus 1 is separated and not with the exponential sign. So what I'm trying to say is that now I will apply this theory to a specific example. So what is the example that I have to consider? Example is that you know the behavior or the energy band gaps of energy for different insulator, semiconductor and conductor. So you already studied this in your higher secondary level, that For insulator, you have a large band gap. The valence band and the conduction band is separated, and that's band gap. And for semiconductor, it is less, and for conductor, it's almost zero. So why I am considering this example, because I'm going to take this example semiconductor for this uh, for this chapter. So why do I have to consider semiconductor? As you know that Fermi-Dirac statistics, it 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 studies or it follows which particles. For example, it has electrons, protons, neutrons. So semiconductor, basically the charge carriers, the particles that you study is basically electrons. So if you consider for semiconductor, and if you keep the semiconductor at 0 Kelvin, the semiconductor will behave as an insulator. So you keep the semiconductor at 0 Kelvin and it behaves as an insulator. So why does it behave as an insulator? Physically, if I want to explain physically, it means that if I break those energy levels as a group of energy levels, and I say this is a group of energy level which is lower energy levels, we say that this is valence band, and a group of higher energy level we say conduction band. So when I take the semiconductor and keep it at T equal to 0 Kelvin, why does it behave as an insulator? The reason is that the electrons, because they are in a lower thermal state, these electrons will try to occupy, all the electrons will try to occupy the valence band. Okay, and all the conduction band, that means all the energy levels in the conduction band, they are empty. So if I tell you that suppose you have valence band 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have say for all the energy levels you have the vacancy for all energy level are 4. What does it mean? That you can see from this diagram that all the energy levels in the valence band, they are full. So if you have in the first energy level there are 4 space or 4 vacancies, all the 4 vacant position are occupied by electrons. Similarly for the next 3 levels, all are occupied. So if you just consider this example that in your classroom the first 4 benches, if the capacity of holding the students in these benches are 4, then I can say that all the benches, first bench, 4 benches are full. So if I want to say what is the probability or what is the percentage of occupancy, I will say 100% or probability is 1. Why? Because all the energy levels are full. But for the next 4 benches, or I can say conduction band, all the energy levels are empty. No one is occupied by any electrons. So if I ask you what is the probability or what is the attendance of these benches, you would tell me that that is 0, because it has the capacity to hold electrons, but now it is not holding. Why it is not holding? Because semiconductor is kept at 0 Kelvin, and because of low thermal excitation, the electrons do not have that thermal energy to move to the higher energy state. So this is the condition for insulator. So when does the insulator take place? When you take a semiconductor at 0 Kelvin. So if I want to plot this story in a graph, and let me say that the graph in the x-axis you have energy, and in the y-axis you have distribution function or probability. The highest value is 1, as you know, the midway value is half, and the lowest value is 0 in the probability. Which means that when you have 1, it means that you have 100 attendance, or the energy level is full. When you have 0, it means that the energy level is empty, and when you have half, it means that energy level is half filled. So that particular energy level, if it has capacity of 6 electrons, it is now occupied by 3 electrons. So in this story, if I want to plot, I can say that the first 4 energy levels are fully occupied. So I can say that the first 4 energy levels are fully occupied. That means the attendance of the first 4 energy levels. See, this is E1, E2, E3, E4. So for E1, attendance is 1 because it is full. For E2 it is full, for E3 it is full, for E4 it is full. So all values are 1. So if I connect these points, I get like this. Now the next 4 energy levels, they are empty, which means they have a capacity, but now the attendance is 0, which I can say that the probability is 0. So what will be the value of Fe for the next E5, E5, E6, E7, E8? It will have 0 value of probability. So if I plot the points on the graph, it will look like this. So if I join the points, it will have a 1 state and a 0 state. So some energy levels, which is valence band, is full and conduction band is empty. And when does it occur? It occurs for an insulator or when a semiconductor is kept at 0 Kelvin. So if I join this, the high state and low state is occurring at T equal to or temperature equal to 0 Kelvin. Now if I place the semiconductor, or if I keep the semiconductor at a greater temperature, what happens? That suppose now the semiconductor is at 0 Kelvin, so insulator. Now this semiconductor, I place it to a greater temperature. That means bring that semiconductor to greater than 0 Kelvin. So what will happen? These electrons which were on the valence band, and no electrons were on the conduction band. So when you keep this semiconductor, it was kept at 0 Kelvin. Now you will keep taking this semiconductor greater than 0 Kelvin. What will happen? Some of the electrons from the valence band will move to the conduction band. They will move to the conduction band. So what will happen? So if you ask me why these electrons on the first energy level of the valence band is not moving up, because it is close to the nucleus, it has got greater bond. So it happens that you have that due to thermal excitation, the movement or the moving up to the conduction band takes place from the valence band, but from a higher valence band, because from the lower this energy level is close to the nucleus. So you can see that the electrons are moving to the conduction band. So if you just go back to the previous picture at T equal to 0 Kelvin, what happened? That you had some of the energy levels, that is valence band, was completely filled. So you had probability 1, and some bands or some energy levels, conduction band, were completely empty. So you had 1 and you had 0 state. But now when the electrons, after gaining temperature, it goes to thermal excitation and electrons are moving up. So the first 1 or 2 energy levels, it will be full, but from the third, fourth energy, from the valence band, it will move to the conduction band. So if I look into the picture for the energy levels in the valence band, I will find that now all the valence band, the probability value or attendance value of the valence band are not 100% or not 1. Or I can say that all the energy levels of the conduction band, which were 0 at T equal to 0 Kelvin, will not be now probability 0, or attendance will not be 0, it will have some value. So if I want to plot this for temperature greater than 0 Kelvin, what will happen? I will get this kind of plot. So for some values it will be 1, that means first 1 or 2 energy levels you will have full attendance. Then slowly, as you go to the higher valence band, the attendance will not be 1, it will decrease. Similarly, for the conduction band, that means higher energy level, it was 0 at T equal to 0 Kelvin, but now these energy levels will be occupied by some electrons. So there will no longer be probability 0, or there will no longer be 0 attendance. So from here, the electrons will now have more than 0 value. The probability value will be more 0. So you get this kind of curve for temperature greater than 0 Kelvin. So if I combine these two plots at temperature T 0 Kelvin and temperature greater than 0 Kelvin, I get this kind of curve. Remember, the blue and the red curve are for temperature greater than 0 Kelvin, and this step graph or step curve 1 and 0 is for temperature 0 Kelvin. So if I combine the previous two slides, I get this kind of slide. Now I'll explain you that this example, that you already have an idea from your higher secondary syllabus, that you know about the semiconductor and insulator and their energy diagram. Now this energy diagram I have plotted in terms of probability and energy. So it is clear that from 0 to some value of energy, you will have all the energy level full, and from some value to the higher energy level, that is this part is conduction band, it will be 0. So I want to prove this using the distribution function formula from statistical mechanics, and I will consider the Fermi-Dirac distribution function. Now if you ask me that why are you considering Fermi-Dirac distribution function? Because I'm dealing with electrons. The charge carrier for semiconductor insulator here is electron, and electron follows Fermi-Dirac statistics, so I am considering FD distribution function and I'm not considering MB or B. So if I want to explain here, 1 second, what is this? This is probability or distribution function 1 by e to the power of E minus EF by KT plus 1. Now I'll try to explain that from this theory. I'll try to explain this graph. How does it go? At temperature T equal to 0 Kelvin. So I have two part of this graph. One is 1, another is 0. So first I will explain the 1 part of the 1 state part. That means when the valence band is completely full. So how does it happen? Let us say if I say that this value is EF. I will explain EF later on. So this is your EF, some value. So you have this x-axis as energy and E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 like this. So this is valence band part and this is conduction band part. So you choose a point, let us say EF. I will explain EF later on. So when I say T equal to 0 Kelvin and energy less than EF, when I say this, it means that you have all the energy levels less than EF, means all the energy levels left to EF, this part. So what is the value of Fe, left part of EF, this part of energy? All the values are 1. All values are 1. These values are all 1. So let me prove it mathematically. So if I substitute T equal to 0 Kelvin here, the denominator becomes an E minus EF. So this numerator is negative. So negative by 0 gives you e to the power of minus infinity, minus infinity, and this becomes e to the power of minus infinity and plus 1. E to the power of minus infinity, you get it as 1. So 0, 1 plus 0 will give you 1. So from the graph, you can see that those energy value which is less than EF, the value of Fe is 1, and I'm getting from this distribution function of FD, I'm getting the same value. Fe is equal to 1. Now I consider the same temperature 0 Kelvin, but this part of the graph where the energy is greater than EF. So when I say energy, this value of energy is obviously right hand side of EF, so it will have greater values. So if I consider this part, from the graph it suggests that this part of the graph, for this part of the energy level, Fe value is 0 because this part is 0. Which temperature? T equal to 0 Kelvin. So T equal to 0 Kelvin, E greater than EF, this condition. What is the value of Fe? From the graph I can say Fe value is 0. The probability value is 0. I can also get it from the distribution function. How do I get it? If I substitute E greater than EF, this part is positive, the numerator part, and the denominator is 0, so this becomes infinity, so I write e to the power of infinity and 1 is like here. So e to the power of this infinity, 1 plus infinity becomes infinity, so 1 by infinity becomes 0. So Fe value I'm getting as 0. Now for that graph T greater than 0 Kelvin, you can consider any of the either blue or the red. Blue and red is for temperature greater than 0 Kelvin but with two different temperatures. It is greater than 0 but one is higher than the other. So if I consider any, you can consider any of the greater than temperature T greater than 0 Kelvin graph, and you can see I just choose one point to validate this for at EF. So I said that let me choose a value, certain value, Fermi energy. I will explain that EF Fermi energy later on, but let me choose a point EF. So why did I choose a point EF? EF is such value. Now I am explaining the definition, or I am telling you the definition of EF, which is called Fermi energy. EF stands for energy, a certain value of energy or energy level at which the number of electrons or the probability value will be half, which means that that energy level, if it has a capacity to hold 6 electrons, it will hold 3 electrons. So the probability is, or attendance is 50%, or probability is half. So this is called Fermi energy. So for T greater than 0 Kelvin, the Fermi energy is that energy level where the occupancy or probability is half. So this, what does the graph says? Now I will explain this graph mathematically using the distribution function formula. So if I substitute E equal to EF, so the numerator part becomes 0, whatever the temperature will be. So I get e to the power of 0, and plus 1 is already there. And we also have that e to the power of 0 is 1. So 1 plus 1 at the denominator is 2. So this becomes, the Fe value becomes half. So at E equal to EF, you are getting the attendance or probability as half. So from the theory, I'm getting half, as well as from the experimental curve, I get half. So from here, I can also explain Fermi temperature. So what is Fermi temperature? So the electron from an energy level to pick to another energy level, and that energy level, if it is Fermi energy, then to reach the Fermi energy, you need to give electron certain temperature. So Fermi energy is defined as, you can define Fermi energy in terms of temperature as EF is equal to K into TF. What is K? K is called the Boltzmann constant. The value is 1.38 10 raised to minus 23 joule per Kelvin. It has got another value in terms of electron volt. If you want to express this in electron volt, you will get 8.6 10 raised to minus 5 electron volt per Kelvin. So if I want to convert this into Fermi temperature, then temperature is equal to, Fermi temperature is equal to EF by K. So let us do a numerical. So what does the numerical say? Calculate the probability of finding an electron with energy 6 electron volt. So you have an electron which is lying in an energy level, some value of energy level, let us say E1 or E2 or E3 or EI, let us say it's 6 electron volt. And that electron is kept at, or the electron gas is kept at 1000 degrees Celsius, and the Fermi energy is 5 electron volt. So you have certain E1, E2, E3, E4 like this. You have Fermi energy also. Fermi energy is that energy level where you have 50% of the electrons lying there. And you have other energy levels. So this energy level, they are considering any of the energy level, let us say EI, and the value is 6 electron volt, and you have Fermi energy given. So I have to calculate what? I have to calculate the probability. So I have to calculate the value of F, function of E. So I will use this formula. Because I'm dealing with electron, I will not use the distribution function formula for B or MB. I will use FD. Now what I can do, I can convert this energy value into joule. Or I can also use, if I'm using this energy in joule, convert this into joule, then I have to use the Boltzmann constant as 1.38 10 raised to minus 23 joule per Kelvin. But if I want to use this as electron volt, I don't have to change it to joule. In that case, I have to use, or I have to consider the Boltzmann constant value as 8.6 10 raised to minus 5 electron volt per Kelvin. It's your wish. Temperature, I have to convert to a Kelvin by adding 273. So I get this value. So I have EF, I have EI, I have Boltzmann constant, I have temperature. I will substitute in this formula and get the probability value. In this case, I'm getting 0.01105%. So that's the probability. So important questions from this part of the lecture. We have already explained, draw and explain the FD curve at T equal to 0 Kelvin and T greater than 0 Kelvin. So you have to draw the curve, the complete curve for temperature 0 Kelvin and temperature greater than 0 Kelvin, and you have to mathematically explain, as I have explained you, considering the distribution function formula, that how you are getting this plot for two different plot for temperature 0 Kelvin and temperature greater than 0 Kelvin. Now next, coming to the other problem, evaluate the temperature at which there is 1% probability that a state with energy 0.5 electron volt above the Fermi energy will be occupied by an electron. So in this case, the probability value is given, Fe value is given 1%. Okay, and what is other information is given? It is given that you have an energy which is greater than Fermi energy. So if you consider Fermi energy as EF, then the other energy EI will be 0.5 plus Fermi energy. So you have the value of EF as EF and you have the value of EI as 0.5 plus Fermi energy, and you have to calculate the temperature by substituting this value in the distribution function formula. You will get the answer. What is Fermi temperature? This has been discussed. It is Tf, which is equal to EF, Fermi energy, divided by Boltzmann constant. And if you ask you that what is the Fermi temperature if the Fermi energy is 4 electron volt, you will use the formula that Tf is equal to EF by K. Here EF is 4 electron volt, substitute EF as 4 electron volt divided by Boltzmann constant. Now in this case, if you want to convert this 4 electron volt into joule, then you have to use the Boltzmann constant 1.38 10 raised to minus 23 joule per Kelvin. But if you are keeping this Fermi energy as electron volt, then you consider Boltzmann constant as 8.6 10 raised to minus 5 electron volt per Kelvin. So I come to the end of lecture 4. Hope you liked it, and thank you so much.